We're back here at the shop today, and you know what time it is. Well, it is coffee time, but it's time to change oil. It's been 3,000 miles since I've done it last, and I just ran to the store and got all the stuff we needed. So I got the pan down there, I got the wrench. Today we're kind of gonna do a couple things, change oil being the main thing. Well, maybe not, because that takes so fast. But I did buy a couple more circle lights like that, LEDs. So we're gonna hook those up, or at least try to. I remember what happened last time when I tried to hook a light bar up. It took me a long time, a couple days actually. But I think I learned from then. So we're gonna figure out how to do that today. A couple of lights, and I'm gonna figure out where I want to mount them also. I'm probably gonna move those ones down to the bumper. I'll talk about that later. But first, let's get into some Jeep maintenance. And I'll roll the intro right after that. And let's get down there. Let's go creepy crawly down there, and let's get into some Jeep maintenance today. Alright, oil change is done, and let's just take a minute to appreciate how nice and smooth and clean this engine is running right now. And that's enough of that today. Let's get to project number 2, which is right here. I got stuffed in here. I bought these 2 LED lights off of Craigslist. It was like a little late night scrolling through Craigslist. Said I'm not gonna buy anything. Ended up buying some lights. It came with the rollers, and I'll probably put these rollers on. These are a lot more bigger than my rollers. I don't know, maybe not, but these lights, LED, circle, can't go wrong. And for 20 bucks, 2 lights, 2 LED lights for 20 bucks, can't go wrong really. So we're gonna throw these up somewhere and test them out. So let's go get some ideas up front. All right, here's what I'm thinking here. Although it would be pretty sweet to have all these circle lights up on top of the roof rack, to have like a circle LED or a circle light bar instead of this big square one I have. But they're not the same kind of lights. Those other lights that were on the Jeep, they're more just like a spotlight than anything. And these LED lights are more just like LED lights, you know. So I'm thinking, anyways, we gotta fix the wiring on those ones up by the hood. So I'm thinking we take those ones off, move them down towards the bumper area somewhere, and then put the ones I just bought up there where the other ones are at. Because when those ones are on, it really doesn't put off any more light, really. I'll show you guys an example. High beams, there's the pod lights, and then there's the light bar. Isn't that crazy? It puts off so much light. Doesn't really put off any more light. It just kind of lights up the cabin even more, which is all right, I guess. I mean, it really doesn't really do anything. So I think we're just moving down towards the bumper area and put those LED ones up on the hood and see how that would work for us. So first things first, let's take off that shroud that we got to fix the wiring in anyways, and then let's take off the lights. Let's get to it. So before I go any further, I want to show you guys this. I 100% guarantee this was my problem why my lights were not working. These were in there getting pinched off by the shroud, rubbing up against them, and you can see they're all almost cut all the way through, which was probably they were grounding out and caused them not to work anymore. So we're going to change these wires out and run new wires and whatnot. So I just wanted to point that out before we go any further. And let's good thing about the new lights I got and these old lights right here is that they mount up the exact same way, so which is perfect. We don't have to change any mountings or anything. We just pull these ones off, pull the wires out, run new wires for the new ones, and we're good. So I'm gonna get to pulling these guys off. That right there is the wiring harness for these lights that were already on there, and I just decided just to take the whole wiring harness out and not hook up the lights, because I mean it was very complicated how it was set up, and these are old technology. It's old technology lights. They're not even that bright anyways, so I'm just thinking just hook them up, or just set them up somewhere and not even hook them up, just for mainly looks, I guess, which we're probably gonna put them right here just for the heck of it. And if I do want to hook them back up, I mean, I know they work, and we can make a whole new wiring harness that's a lot less complicated than that, or even just get a wiring harness, because they're online for really cheap. You can buy the whole thing with the switch and everything for really cheap. But saying that, now we are going to hook up these lights right here, and I don't really have to do anything because I already have wires ran for the light bar that we can just use for those lights. So I'm going to get started on that. I'm going to clean up the mess that I made in the engine here with all the wiring, that I cut a lot of zip ties. So I'm going to clean up that real quick, and then we'll get started on hooking up these lights and getting them all ready to go. All right, we got those lights all hooked up and they're all wired in and they work, which is great. Really wasn't that hard. All I did was just use the old wire harness from the light bar, and I just added 2 more wires so that I can have them both turn on at the same time. So that's good. Now we're gonna have to run those wires down, zip tie them up, and make sure to get them all out of the way nice and neat. And then yeah, figure out something to do after that. Alrighty then, I think we're done here today. Just closing up the door, grabbing the speaker, and I think it looks a lot better with those LEDs on there. What do you think? Instead of those other ones that were up there that I put down there, I switched them to these. They're not hooked up, they're just for looks. I'll hook them up one day. I have all the wire harness for those lights, and on those lights were on my old Jeep, the YJ. They were in the same exact spot, so the wire harness should be exactly the same for this one if I run it the same way. Yeah, but that's gonna be it today for Jeep stuff. Yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna get home, go see Brody, and my brother's coming later, so I might film a little bit of that. Who knows? I don't even know. But anyways, if not, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. And let me know guys if you have any ideas of what I should do with my Jeep here. I'm running out of ideas to do. Really, I just have to clean it up and make it look pretty at this point, because she is ready to roll. Oh, I might have loose calipers in the front. Yeah, I gotta check that one of these days. Still haven't filled the power steering fluid, so I guess I have a lot to do. Huh. And my windshield wiper fluid's low also. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.